Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to the American Revolution with Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. And this is live stream number 11. So we're slowly getting there. Yesterday, if you missed the evening live stream yesterday, we were doing homestead missions, and then we found there were no more left. So we went to do the main story and actually met our father, Hytham. And we did a mission with him, and we left it about to do another mission with him. But yeah, the story missions really do get you involved. And I don't know if it's just me, but it's one of those games that's so much to it. I think it's, out of all the Assassin's Creed games, I think it's probably the one that's least talked about. And I can't quite understand why. For me, I'm questioning why it's not talked about more. Story-wise, I think it is pretty good. It really gets you into it. It wants you involved. The conversations that arise from the missions as well. You know, we saw yesterday how Connor is very young, naive, full steam ahead, but happy to forgive and not willing to kill unless he has to. Whereas Hytham, his father, is more will kill anyone, doesn't care, but still has a soft spot for his son, who he hasn't really seen. So there's some interesting conversations there for sure. We explored racism when we were in the prison sequence. There seems to be a lot of these conversations coming from the game. Yet, maybe it's just me, but I don't feel it's talked about as an Assassin's Creed game that often. And I'm just wondering why, to be fair. It just seems a weird thing that it's not spoke about more in the whole Assassin's Creed franchise. For me, I feel it should be. I feel it's probably very underrated. But we're enjoying it, that's the main thing. Now, we have got decisions to make about tomorrow. So, Thursday, Assassin's Creed Valhalla releases Siege of Paris. And tomorrow, the night before, we've got a choice. We can either carry on with this, or we can finish the mastery challenges ready for Siege of Paris. It looks like we won't be streaming Siege of Paris until Thursday evening. But it's whether we want to finish mastery challenges first. I'll put a poll up for anyone that joins the stream. Cool. I've put the poll up just in case anyone wants to talk about what we'll stream tomorrow. I had to try and get myself into a comfortable position. So we've got about 2 hours, and we'll see what happens. I have got more exciting news as well. So at the minute, Signus Labs have got me writing a history of Halo. And as most people know, Halo is Xbox exclusive. So a lot of research time needed for it. But it's meant to be a chronological order of Halo. The events of Halo, the games, the comics, the books, everything. In a chronological order. And when I've finished the Halo chronological order timeline, I am going to start on a Assassin's Creed chronological order timeline with novels, games, everything in chronological order of what time period they're for, which personally I'm really excited about. I think it'd be good to dive into that side of things. Good evening, gaming. How are you? Right, for tonight, our next port of call, I think, is to carry on the main story, which is with Hytham, which is carrying on from last night. We haven't done really anything in New York. We've got lots to do in New York at some point. But we've got all the Boston Brawler stuff to do still. Hunting Society, we still need to do more of the hunting challenges, number 2. And we've got a hunting challenge there. Frontiersman, loads of things for them to do. We still got to do the Boy Who Cried Wolf mission for the Frontiers. Liberation missions, we need to do this in New York. We've still got forts to do. We haven't done any naval missions at all. We've got loads of collectibles. Got assassination contracts, there's still one going in the Frontier. Basically, we've near enough finished Boston. Entirely, nearly. I think there's underground passages to do. And obviously the items that we need to pick up. The items we're having a little bit of issue with. Mainly because they're not the simplest things to find or do. But tonight we're going to carry on with the main story. You finished with Valhalla. Have you finished the mastery challenges then? Have you done enough of the storyline to finish? Because that was my thinking for tomorrow, just before Siege of Paris releases. Right, let's go and speak to Hytham, I think. Right, before we do, I've got 2 pistols now because I've got 2 holsters, and we don't use pistols. And let's move this one, long bum, to the tomahawk. No, you're done with Valhalla, but you haven't done the mastery challenges. Haven't you got the season pass? I can't remember if you said you got it or not. Because the mastery challenges have a little bit of story to go with them. That's why I'm wondering if we should finish those tomorrow before the DLC releases on Thursday. Just so we finish that bit of storyline. It's kind of my thinking. Does mean obviously Assassin's Creed 3 is going away for a little while. Depending how long Siege of Paris actually is. Are you not going to play Valhalla? You're done with it. Why? What's happened? Don't tell me you've lost the save files again. Alright, we've gone on a boat with Hytham. You can hear birds. The Caribbean Sea. You got put back a couple of hours. Yeah, that's never good. The troubles you've had with your save files as well. That's not good gaming.
I told you this was a poor heading. Church is surely days ahead of us now.
Right, we're controlling the boat.
Have some faith in the boy. He's yet to disappoint.
Good evening, Lisa. How are you? Yes, so this is
Well, the bar's not been set very high now, has it?
This is the mission from yesterday.
We're closer than you think, Father.
That we left it at. I've got to take this slowly. We've got to limit damage for the optional objective. So I've slowed the boat right down. But yeah, we left it Hytham at the dock, didn't we? And this is the next. We just loaded straight in and went to Hytham. I'm not too bad, thank you. You got put back in Ireland. That's never good gaming. Be careful, Hytham was gold, mate. Yeah, Hytham definitely has that way, doesn't he? I said when we were playing as him, I said he had that voice that made you feel uncomfortable. And it's worse knowing that we're his child. That hasn't helped that. Right, we found the ship. That, hopefully, is...
Isn't the welcome?
I'm not increasing speed. It's telling me to increase speed. No!
Aye, and she's dropped anchor.
Okay.
Bring us in for a closer look, son.
I am bringing you in. I'm just taking it slowly. Because I'm not silly. I'm not risking anything here. There we go.
It seems the ship has been abandoned.
Church always was a slippery little bastard.
No, I do understand gaming. I know.
After them!
Oh, alright, we're going to go after them. We'll still limit damage by collisions. Oh, that was a tight turn. I'm chasing after them. I'm just being very careful around this rocky area. I don't mind putting the sail up, but I want to wait until we've actually got some space to do so. Staving distance of the schooner by 500.
Can the ship go no faster?
I've put it full sail. Chill your beans. We've got to stay within 500 metres of the other ship. A rogue wind just took us there. Whoa, that wind. I've had to take the sail down. The wind just picks the boat up when you're at full sail.
Hurry, son. We won't get a second chance at
I'm
this.
trying. We've got to stay within 500 metres. As long as we stay within 500 metres, we've passed the optional. I've also got to limit damage for collisions. This is not simple. Right, I've put the sail back up. It's every rogue wind. Turn.
Speed, Connor. We need more speed.
Oh, that hit. I think I'm gonna hit the rock. Oh, I've just made it round. That's not easy. Right, hang on. Yeah, I've reduced the sail to improve steering, which is fine, but obviously speed isn't in our favour. I'm going to try and turn this corner. This is difficult.
Perhaps someone with more experience should take the wheel.
Hyphen needs to shut up, otherwise I might tip him overboard. It's not about experience, I'm just trying not to hit the boat on the rocks. Man, this is taking a lot of concentration. I can still see this. I don't know if I've made a mistake. I might have made a mistake there.
How is it you came to captain a ship, given the way you sail?
Stop being an idiot. Right, I know we need more speed, but there's also a lot of small
between
rocks.
the cliffs, boy, and the Aquila's too big to follow. We need to go around.
Oh, can we not go that way then?
Damn it! We're going to lose him.
Supposedly we're too big to follow.
What other choice have we? Those rocks would crush us.
Right, okay.
The current here is swift. We still have a chance.
Okay. I don't know if we've still got a chance or not. We are catching, strangely. I've had to lower the sail, back to half sail. I haven't looked at chat because I've been concentrating so much. I'm not hitting a rock.
Enemy ship approaching.
That's not good.
Ready our weapons.
That one. I can't see.
Church is using the ambush as cover. Take him before he escapes. Send that bastard to the seafloor.
I haven't got a shot on, have I?
No, I need his ship afloat. The cargo must be saved.
Right. Come on then, shoot. Do not sink the man of war.
Stop him, Connor.
Right, we can't sink the man of war.
Do not let Church escape.
Yeah, I'm probably doing really badly here. That's what I was after. To avoid taking damage, that's what I couldn't remember. Right, we need chain shot.
Focus
For this.
on our true target.
Okay, I'm trying. Hold R1 to chain shot. Oh, hang on. So, hold R1 to chain shot the ammunition. And we can destroy the mast.
You should have listened to me. He's nearly away.
I'm trying to turn. Man, this isn't easy. Alright, one of the small boats down. Right, we need a chain shot, which is what I'm trying to do here. But I don't think we're close enough. No, we definitely weren't close enough for that. I think we managed to avoid damage there. Trying to take cover there. This is not easy, and it's taking a lot of concentration. I can't nowhere near for change shot, am I? Okay. Right, that's that one down. One more to go of the small boats. Need to get that chain shot. Messed up that shot. Right, small boat is down. No, it's not. I thought it was. Oh, come on. That small boat should be down by now. Right, small boat is down. We need chain shot on this. Gotta be. Oh, did I miss the mast, I think. Come on. I need turmoil. Right. We haven't quite destroyed the mast. I'm in the wrong area. I'm trying to... Oh, that's not good. I've just hit the rocks. I'm down. I think I'm dead.
Perhaps someone with more experience.
I was too busy looking at the boat we were trying to deal with. I don't know how to turn. I can't get out of the rocks. Can't reverse either, can I? I know, I may have fixed it, actually. I will catch up on chat in a second, bear with me. Right, I think I've managed to fix my issue. Just. Right, we need to get their mast down. Obviously, we need to be at the right angle. And I'm nowhere near the right angle. Although I may be in a second. If I can turn enough. He completely missed us. That's got to be a good shot. Half sail. Slow down. Slow down. There we go. We did it. Right, we need to board the man of war. So we'll just give it a minute. I need to catch up in chat. But yeah, we've actually just managed to do the mast. That was tough. I can't clear island. One of the mysteries is the glitch. It's weird that you've glitched an island. I know people having issues with the glitch go backwards and forwards. Is the mystery glitched though, or is it just an issue that can be solved with a reload or something like that? That's the question, gaming. You've been doing some side stuff, asking for upgrading the ship. You need a lot of money. Oh, really? So when you're back, keep trading convoys, sending assassins out missions for a steady income. Oh, wow. Very good advice, Lisa. Very good advice. Yeah, no, that's a good... I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't actually looked at any of the side missions for the ship.
Men, prepare to board!
You can't interact. Which one is it?
What are you doing?
Ending this.
Oh! We're meant to be boarding him. Hyphen's got other plans. Hyphen wants to sink it.
ship! Hook us in! Bring her close! To arms! To arms!
Hypham's got his own thing here. I think that's a common issue. I've seen a lot of people saying they've had issues with that one. It's a shame for you to waste, or not waste, but give up on all that time that you've spent.
I need to get below deck. Who knows what madness my father intends?
I don't know who this guy. Right, we've got to kill 3 officers on board. One is here. Another officer over here. Yeah, he's dead. I don't know if I did the optional though, so I didn't see what the optional was, to be fair. It does feel like a trial for Assassin's Creed 4, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. There's definitely a black flag feeling, isn't there? But yeah, gaming, it'd be a shame for you to just give up on all that. And if one mission, if it's just a side mission, then you don't have to worry about it.
What has Church done with the cargo?
Right, we've got Animus Database update for Benjamin Church. It's here. So we've done all this. And this is the second update for Benjamin Church. You have to do all of it. If you can't have lost just 2 hours then. You must have lost a lot more than that to have to redo everything. But also with the update tomorrow on Thursday, it may fix these problems because it'll be patched. I would hold off if I was you on making a decision because there is a chance the patch on Thursday may fix some of these issues. But yeah, if you've done Island, you've done the River Raids and Mastery Challenges and the Festival, I wouldn't redo them because I think it will sort itself out. Right, more on the betrayal theme. In selling out to the British, it looks like Church turned traitor on the Templars as well. I can't decide if I think that's incredibly gutsy or terminally stupid. Given how Church ended up, I'm going to go with the latter. He sounds like someone who would betray himself if the other him paid the first him well enough. It may have put you back in the middle of clearing Island, but a lot of it may be fit because did you clear Island before or after the Mastery Challenges and the Festival? Because if you did Island before and it's reset them, it may fix itself on Thursday, is what I'm saying. If you cleared Island after, then I can understand it, but if you did Island before the Mastery Challenges and the Festival and the River Raids, it makes no sense to have lost them if you've only lost 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? Right. Oh, we didn't... we found the optional objective on the boat up the top. We had to perform sequential kills of 3, and I didn't. I know I didn't see it. Good evening, Cass. How are you? You did Island first and everything else afterwards. Yeah, which tells me it's a bug that may get fixed in the update. I don't get how your saves are lost as well. I don't understand it.
Benjamin! A dream you sought to destroy! And for that, my fallen friend!
Hyphen has got Church.
Enough!
We came here for a
Yeah,
reason.
you've lost a lot more time than you originally said, if that's the case.
Seems.
No, because he's not an assassin. That's why he doesn't
Where are the
care.
supplies you stole?
His loyalty for Ivor is his clan, his tribe. That's all he cares about. It gave me a choice to press square, so I did.
I ask again. Where are the supplies?
On the island yonder. Awaiting pickup. But you've no right to it.
It isn't yours.
No, not mine. Those supplies are meant
Really
for
enjoyed the
men and
game, but
women
just
who believe in
redo it. I know, I
something
do
bigger than
understand gaming.
themselves,
Like I said,
who
before you
fight
make a
and die
final
that one day
decision,
they might be free from
my
tyranny such as
suggestion
yours.
is wait until
Are
Thursday and
these
see
the
if anything's
same men
changed.
and women who fight
That's my
with
suggestion.
muskets forged from
Yeah, but
British
it's
steel,
Assassin's Creed.
who
I get
bind
that,
their
Cass.
wounds with bandages sewn by British hands?
Have you completed the story?
How
Because
convenient
if
for
you
them.
did, you'd understand
We do
why
the work. They reap
that's
the
there.
rewards.
You spin a story to excuse your crimes, as though you're the innocent one and they the thieves.
It's all a matter of perspective. There is no single
No,
path through
we don't
life
wear
that's
legacy
right and
outfits.
fair and
They never
does
wear
no
legacy outfits,
harm.
you know this.
Do you truly think
I
the
try and
crown
stick to
has
the
no cause?
realism as much as
No
possible.
right to feel betrayed? You should know better than this. Dedicated as you are to fighting Templars, who themselves see their work as just.
The Church is explaining the
Think on
Templars
that
see
the next time
themselves
you insist
as
your
correct,
work alone
the same as
defeats the
he
greater
believes,
good.
Connor believes his work
Your
is
enemy would
for the
beg to
greater
differ
good. So it's two different
and would not
views on the same matter. And that's Church's point, is, you know, you think you're right, but we think we're right. And again, Connor doesn't believe it. So how many times have we now been told by different people that Connor's fight isn't what he thinks it is?
Passing was a boon for us both.
But every time someone is telling him
You
this,
want my help retrieving everything from the island?
he doesn't believe it. A bitter end, sequence 9 complete. And we messed up one optional objective, which is really frustrating. And that was get a sequential kill of 3. The sequence 9 is done. So you finish the story, so then you understand why he's not an assassin. He had the choice to join them, and he chose not to because,
I have been
in his
reunited with my
words,
father,
his
but I
clan
do
comes
not yet know
first.
if this bodes well or
And
ill.
because his clan comes first,
Our
he
goals
said
are aligned,
he will
at
help
least so
the
far as
assassins and
independence
anyone
is
else that needs
concerned.
him as much as
But
he
he
can.
continues to defend
So although he's
Charles
not
Lee,
a direct assassin,
the man who
he is
murdered my
willing to
mother and
work
burned
with
my
them and help
village.
them any way he can.
Still,
That's the thing with
he
Ivor.
makes a point about
His
Washington and those who back him. I
his
hear much
village,
talk
his
of
clan,
freedom
that
and
comes
equality.
first. Whereas
But it seems
assassins,
one must be a
the
land of
assassins
white
has to
men
come
to
first. The
benefit.
Brotherhood comes first.
What if someone like me,
And Ivor can't
or
give that.
Suri,
That's the thing.
what role for us in this new
Yeah,
era?
Connor, there's something more to Connor
Is my father right then?
back in the
There's so
homestead.
much I must consider and so little time in which to do it.
See what Achilles has to say. It's weird. Connor's always come across as quite naive, headstrong young man now.
Welcome back. And
But
how was Martinique?
I don't know.
Achilles,
There's a difference between being
I owe
headstrong
you an apology.
and not having an open
It
mind to
was wrong of me
possibility.
to say the things I did.
Your words were harsh, Connor, but there was also truth there. I failed the order, allowed the Templars to take control.
So Achilles is blaming himself
But
for what's
now their
happened.
hold is weakened, which makes me believe there's a chance for peace. Imagine what might be accomplished if we were to unite.
Why the change of
Ah,
heart?
so Connor has listened.
Where is this coming
He
from?
wants the Brotherhood, the assassins, to unite with the Templars
You've
for
met
one common
your
goal.
father,
He
haven't
has
you?
I
listened.
do not claim to trust the man or even like him. But I would be remiss to ignore this opportunity.
Yeah, he's listened. I didn't expect him to listen.
Hatham may listen, but will he understand?
But,
And
yeah,
even if he does, will he agree?
this is the
Even
thing.
he must admit that we can achieve more together than we do alone.
I assume you're off to find him.
Yes. I ride for New York to see what might be done.
So Achilles, again, isn't very keen on the idea, but then he hasn't been keen on any idea like Connor's had. But then a lot of it was vengeance. Now it's different to vengeance. Right, I'll catch him on chat again now. You don't know what to do with Valhalla. No, I don't understand that game. Like I said, I think you should wait until Thursday, load back in, and just see how it is. If it isn't fixed, you can always still play Siege of Paris. You know you've completed the other stuff, so you know the story. But you never know. I think Thursday may fix a couple of these issues, especially the Trial of Morrigan, which you actually know is an issue. And also, have you tried downloading your backup saves to see if any of those have fixed your issue and to get you back on where you should be? That's the other question. Ivor is a better character than Connor. I disagree. I like Connor. Disagree that Connor is evil. Has a different perspective. The Colonists aren't always good, but the Templars aren't evil. No, exactly. Connor is not evil. He just has anger issues, and he's ignorant. I wouldn't say he's ignorant. I would say he's headstrong, and focused and driven. I think I didn't, until that moment there of Achilles, just thought, every time these people we've killed have told us that what we're doing isn't necessarily the right or the just thing to be doing, he's ignored them. He's questioned it slightly, but then ignored them. But that moment of Achilles, he's accepted that actually there may be some truth. So he's shown he's given himself an open mind. He's changing a little bit. The plan is for us to beat every Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I'm glad he doesn't, like you say, Lisa, he doesn't want to throw away all his ideals to please his father. That would be horrendous. I don't know why I'd said horrendous like that. He's got to keep his own mind, but at the same time, he does need to listen to others and take that on board. That's the big thing. Yeah, well, we didn't play as Cassandra, Cass, so I can't comment on Cassandra because we played as Alexios. You wish some of your family members have the same positivity as you. Look, at the end of the day, you've got to stay positive with everything. Life gives you lemons. It's what you do with the lemons that matters. I just made it up. I missed a comment earlier, didn't I? Oh, yeah, it was you, Cass, wasn't it? Saying, you should make Ram be the Jarl and Ivor should be the assassin. Well, that's the thing. I think if Ivor had less to worry about, he probably would give himself to the Brotherhood. But because he has the people to look after, he won't do that. He won't shirk his responsibilities to help someone else. I know they are. Well, no, yeah, I know they are. But you always mention Cassandra, and we didn't use Cassandra, so I don't take it that way. Yeah, he does take into consideration. It takes him a long time, though, doesn't it, as we saw. And as I say, I honestly thought he was never going to change his mind. But then that conversation there with Achilles shows you that he's willing to listen and think about these things. But yeah, it's not an instant decision, which is good. He's still got to remain true to himself and think about these things in his own way and own mind and make these decisions. If he was to instantly say, absolutely, you're right, it wouldn't be right, would it? That's the thing. Siege of Paris is better make Ivor a new life path. I don't think it will. Because Siege of Paris is based on a real life event, I think it's going to be more historically correct than anything else. But I don't know for sure. Like I said, until Thursday we don't know. This is why I was saying, what do we do tomorrow night? Do we want to finish the Mastery Challenges for the storyline that goes with them? Although it's not canon, it's not related to the game, the DLC or anything. Or do we just carry on with this until Thursday evening when we do a bit of Valhalla, Siege of Paris? That's why I asked the question. Cass, something quickly for you. Do you want to do a peg leg trinket? I think that's the last one we need, to be fair. We've got the other three here. We can always go and grab it. It's not a massive issue. The choice is also, alright, we'll go and grab the peg leg trinket as the last one for the homestead. Do we do the 2 homestead missions here, or do we carry with the main quest and head to main quest, head to New York, or do we finish the homestead missions? That's my question to you guys. DLC is not canon. Well, the Mastery Challenges aren't, they? You know this. You want to do homestead missions. What does everyone else think? Also, Cass, just for your benefit, I did mention this earlier, but I don't think you was here at the time. I'm in the middle of writing an article for Signus Labs about Halo and putting in its chronological timeline. It's a really long... it'll take me a while to do. But afterwards, the website I write for want me to do the chronological history of Assassin's Creed, including all games, lore, books, comics, everything. Chronological order of how they all fit in. That's one of my big jobs coming up for Signus Labs. Right, what are we all saying? Homestead mission by Cass. You think you're going to do the festival, gain a master challenge, and pairs, and then go back to Ireland? Like I said, I think you should. Like I say, I think you should wait until Thursday and just see what fixes itself. Lisa wants us to do the peg leg missions. We haven't done a single peg leg mission. We haven't even looked at them. Maybe it's something we should look at. Homestead first, then collect the peg leg, then story. Yeah, we haven't done any of these missions at all on the boat. Maybe we should do one. I think we should check. Maybe collect the peg leg, then go and speak to peg leg. Makes sense to speak to him after we've actually collected all these trinkets. And do a couple of missions, maybe. I write for a website. They found me through my YouTube. And he just offered me a chance to write, and I started writing, and yeah, I've been doing articles for a few months now. Yeah. You love writing. Well, I can always put you in touch. But the thing is, the way the website works, he picks the brief. I get emailed the brief, I do it, he says yes, it's good, or no, it's not. So it may not be in anything that you like, but then that's when the research time comes in. The money isn't brilliant. It's not. You don't get much money from doing them, but it is interesting. Homestead missions are just cute and warm. Like I say, gaming. Personally, I would wait until Thursday. Check your uploaded saves. Wait until Thursday. See if it's fixed anything, and if not, make a decision from there. But you could still do Siege of Paris. Because obviously the island DLC doesn't connect. The mastery challenges won't connect. The festival doesn't. It does a little bit, but nothing. It's only going to give you a sword, but that's it. Everything else will be a standalone in the DLC. You could literally type "write all day." It's my favourite thing to do. Nice. Well, I can always I can let him know I've got someone interested and see what he says. The guy who runs it. I'm quite happy to see if I can get the wheels in motion, Cass. Right, we'll collect the trinket, and then we'll head and do a mission at least for peg leg, since we haven't done any. Not going to lie, speaking English so much in real life, mate. It's made you forget your first language. Oh wow! I've always wondered how people are multilingual. I lived in Germany for a while. And I can't speak German. I can read it and I can hear it and understand it, but I'm rubbish at speaking it. But I lived there, and I could never talk the language, but I could understand what other people were talking about, which was really weird. This is one of those things I've never been able to. Language is definitely not my thing. Do you like how it's so much better in Remastered? I can't remember what it was like in the original, to be fair. Does Ubisoft Assassin's Creed have any decent customer support for these things? They can. The best bet is tweeting them, but because of Siege of Paris coming out, a lot of people are emailing with issues, and a lot of them are saying wait until the patch on Thursday because they are aware of the Trial of Morrigan mission issue. They're aware of the glitch that keeps you in Ireland. You can't travel between Ireland and England. And a lot of the time they're just saying wait for the patch on Thursday, from what I've seen. That's why that was my suggestion, to be fair. It's hard for you to believe how people have English as the first language. Do you know what? I was saying this to my other half the other day. English is quite a difficult language to learn. Right, peg leg trinket done. That's all four for the homestead. It's not tricky. I've got it first time, it's there. That was not tricky. Yeah, that waterfall's lovely though. Look at that waterfall. Can we see the Aquila in the distance? Just make out the mast over the top there. So that's the final trinket done. So what we'll do what the suggestion was. We'll go and do our fast dog, mate. We'll go to the Aquila, we'll speak to Pegleg, and we'll do a mission or two for him. We haven't looked at these at all, so it'd be nice to do a couple and just see what they're about. Yeah, that wasn't tricky at all. They must have fixed it. Right, this is Pegleg.
What do I owe this great honor, Captain?
The letters you speak
It's
of.
weird we're being called
What are
Captain.
they?
Oh, now you want to know. Captain Kidd's letters, boy. He hid a great treasure somewheres and sent letters to 4 of his crewmen along with a strange piece of leather. If you find the men, you'll find the scallywag. It's that easy, 'tis.
May I see them?
You might be a captain, but you're not too bright, are you? I'll barter with them. You give me some trinkets I like, and I'll give you a letter. Building my own treasure cache, see?
Trinkets? Like what? Where?
Use your imagination, Captain.
So he wants things from
There's
us
interesting swag all over the frontier.
in exchange to barter. Okay. Right, we'll have a look at his biography first. To spam. Is it actually Assassin's Creed 3 was your first game? Wow. I can't do an American accent. I can't do languages. I definitely can't do accents. I pressed the wrong button. Right, let's have a little look into William Kidd, also known as Pegleg. Captain William Kidd was a Scottish privateer turned pirate and the centre of numerous pirate legends. Not much is known about Kidd before the late 17th century. Even his year of birth is approximate. It's reasonably certain he's from Scotland, but that's about it. Every good pirate needs a mysterious past. Sean is fantastic. I miss Sean in the RPG era of Assassin's Creed because his writing is brilliant. Kidd first appears in historical records in 1689 when he's listed as captain. He was a privateer for Britain and the West Indies before sailing from New York City, where he lived for several years. In 1695, Kidd was given a privateer's commission to hunt ships in the Indian Ocean and headed for Madagascar, which at the time was a known pirate haven. We know where that's going, don't we, with Madagascar? People from the UK are much better doing an American accent than American. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. Kidd disobeyed the terms of his privateer's commission, attacking ships in the Red Sea. No one is quite sure why, but I guess that's pirates for you. They're bonkers. When Kidd returned to the West Indies in 1699, he found that he was a hunted man. He sold his ship, the Queen Merchant, in Hispaniola, and headed up the coast in a new ship. Kidd knew he was likely to be caught and wanted to have a bargain in ships to secure his own freedom, so he started hiding treasure as he went. The idea being that he could later give away the location in order to save his own skin. That's quite clever. Hide your treasure, and then, barter for the locations. That's quite a good plan. Kidd was finally captured when he returned home to New York. He tried to talk and buy his way out of the arrest, but it didn't work. He was hanged for piracy in 1701, which must have been so annoying. Okay. Hang on. We're past 1701, aren't we? So how was he hanged for piracy in 1701, but yet we're talking to him now? How does that work? As for Kidd's treasure, it's known that he buried some of it on Gardiner's Island off the coast of Long Island, New York. That part was eventually recovered after Kidd's death. Nobody knows what else he hid, but speculation still rages today over how much he buried and where. Right, okay, so that guy isn't Kidd, is he? That guy is not William Kidd. He's got the treasures that were Kidd's. Because I was thinking, how was he hanged? And yet we're talking to him. That wouldn't make much sense, would it? I have not read that wrong. That's not William Kidd, is it? No, we're not talking to Kidd now. Cool. Thank you for confirming that. Because there were several Captain Kidds. Oh, okay. He's just got the maps. Right, that's what I was... Because normally you speak to someone, you then get their history, and you read it, and it's all, oh, okay, that's him. But because we got Kidd's history, it was like, that doesn't work. But normally we get the person we're talking to's history. So I kind of thought, that's him. But it's not, because he was killed. And, yeah. Peg Leg and William Kidd are different, yeah. This is 1777 or something like that. Yeah, something like that, I think. Right. We've already got all the trinkets.
What you got for me? Ah, you brought me some good pieces. That's worth a letter to be sure. Here you go.
Oh, we've got to do this
Captain.
4 times for the 4 trinkets by any chance. That's a new destination unlocked in naval map. I don't even know what the I didn't know there was a naval map. That's a map. Where's the naval map then? Logbook. Naval. Oh, okay. Meet with Pegleg. Find 6 trinkets of Pegleg. We've done that. Go back and talk to exchange with your trinkets. Then explore Fort Walcott and find Kidd's. Oh, right. So we've actually got to go to a fort as well to find Kidd's former crew member.
Got some more?
1776 signed the Declaration of Independence we saw in the early cutscene. We did indeed. So
Good
yeah.
on ya.
Yeah, but like I
I'd
say,
that's worth another letter.
the problem was
I will be back for the rest.
we got a letter to Lucky Lem. Right, we're missing 1 trinket, but we can explore the Dead Chest Island and find Kidd's former crewmate as well. Yeah, what the thing that confused me, like I said, was normally you talk to someone and then you get their biography, their history. But it gave us Kidd's, and I didn't click that I wasn't the same person. And when it said he'd died, it's like, what? Now I understand. It's all good. Right, so this is one of the letters. And this is to Abel Owens. It has been a turn since we tipped our tankers together, and it will likely be a spell longer as I'm hiding off the coast of Massachusetts. I doubt this isle has ever been graced with a name. The king's men are breathing down my nape, and quarters are too close for comfort. What you will find in this package is a scroll of the greatest value to me, something that I hold dear above all the plunder and jewels I have scattered about the globe. Something that must remain secret, and as such I must order you not to open it. Read it. Carry it with you at all times and protect it and what lies inside, with your life until I find you. It's taken me longer than I anticipated to rid myself of those who stalk me, but you know as well as I, it's only a matter of time before I shake them for good. Be wary and wise. Captain William Kidd. And we have a letter to Lucky Lem. Yeah, we can go to the ship, can't we? So this is the second letter. I write you this script from the North Atlantic, having sailed here aboard my sloop, and the king's limes are hot on my trail. I trust the adventure prize remains safe, but I rest assured it is in the best of hands, yours. I've always trusted you as one of my most loyal and faithful men, and that is why I now send you this scroll. It is of the utmost importance you do not open it, as it could mean my life. Carry it with you always. Never give it to a soul, no matter the price offered. And believe, whatever the cost might be, I will double it when I find you. I do not know when I will be free of these varlets, but they will not catch me. People very well may come looking for my scroll. Trust no one. Heed my warnings. You just found another glitch. What was the glitch this time? So 2 of the letters are sent to people, but then if the 2 letters were sent to people and they were told don't give them to anyone else, and yet he's given them to someone else. Yes, that's a known one as well. As I say, Ubisoft have said that should be fixed on Thursday with the update. A lot of people having the same issue. Right, let's go and speak to this guy. Oh, that's an accounting book, isn't it? Right. I haven't looked at these before, so I've no idea. Ah, now. Interesting. So these are all the different locations we can go to. Wow. That's the chase. Fort Walcott, New York. Obviously, that's main quest. I don't know what that one is. That's the chase. What's that one? That must be a trinket. Dead Man's Treasure. Should we head to Dead Man's Treasure? Let's try that one first. Yeah, like I say, wait until Thursday and just see if there is any improvement. Because, like I say, there's a lot of stuff they're aware of. And a lot of it happened when they introduced the festival. So they were aware of them. The update on Thursday should hopefully make a lot of them right. So this is Dead Chest Island.
Ship's graveyard's just around the point. Can't miss it. The men say Abel Owens was aboard one of the doomed vessels. If it's true, you'll find what's left of him here.
I saw the
Scavengers
fact,
love the graveyard, so be on your guard.
1700, Assassin's Creed 4 and Rogue, 83 and Unity are all around the same time frame. Well, that's why he was saying about Captain Kidd, and I was thinking, well, that sounds really familiar. That's Black Flag. Although I don't think that was Madagascar, was it? I'm trying to think where Black Flag was. Right, we need to get to the... I didn't want to jump there, but there we go. I was going to go along the rope. Don't do that. Right, we've now got Animus Database for this. The year 536. Did I miss your comment, Cass? Sorry. I apologise if I did. Hang on, I will look at it. I'll look back at chat now. The year 536 is actually the reason why we have Nordic Tales and why Thor exists in media. Did I know the year 536 was the worst year in the time? 536? Why was it the worst year? People always forget the things that happened before the... Yeah, of course they do. Why was the year 536 so important? What happened? So I'm going to have to look now. Oh, okay, so according to scientists, the year 536 was the worst year to be alive because a mysterious fog plunged Europe, the Middle East and parts of Asia in darkness day and night for 18 months. The sun gave forth its light without brightness like the moon during the whole year. Temperatures in the summer of 536 fell 1.5 degrees to 2.5 degrees, initiating the coldest decade. Snow fell that summer in China, crops failed, people starved. The Irish Chronicles record a failure of bread from the years 536 to 539. And then in 541 the bubonic plague struck the Roman poor Pelusium in Egypt, later to be called the Plague of Justinian. Wow, I need to read a bit more up on that. Yeah, an infinite winter, wasn't it? But I don't see the Thor connection though. To be fair, I've only glanced, I haven't gone too far into it, but yeah, I don't see the Thor connection. Obviously I see the ice and all that, but that doesn't make it Thor. Just because the whole year was winter doesn't mean Thor was involved. Yeah, they had an infinite winter and famine because obviously crops can't grow without sunlight. So yeah, but also back then things weren't recorded in the same way they are now. That's the big difference. Oh, Nordic tales were made when people created mythology after 536. So you're saying that basically because of what happened in that time frame, people then started coming up with these Nordic tales, mythology, and that kind of stuff. Okay, that does make a bit of sense, to be fair. Yeah, the Black Death was definitely way worse than COVID. There's so many examples of things worse than COVID, but the way people have reacted to COVID has made it seem worse than what it probably is. That's the big thing. In terms of people killed with COVID, it's not that bad compared to other events in time, but because I think it's more mainstream media now, it comes across the worse. During the 1800s, something similar happened, but only for a very short period. Oh, okay. It's interesting. Right. Dead Chest Island. I'm looking forward to some humour from Sean now. Not exactly a first-date venue, this. Dead Chest Island is part of the British Virgin Islands. Though it's an island in the same way that Pluto is a planet, it's really more of a big rock. Okay. Used to hate history. To be fair, I've always loved history, and Assassin's Creed does definitely help you enjoy history so much more. However, I won't deny the place has an interesting name and an interesting history. According to legend, Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, visited the island and left 15 of his crewmen here as punishment. Each crewman had a bottle of rum and a cutlass. But when Blackbeard returned, most of the men were dead. Maybe the run was bad. Robert Louis Stevenson wrote a song about that story. You may have heard of it. Yo ho ho on a bottle of rum, 15 men on a dead man's chest. Of course, Stevenson wrote Dead Man's Chest, and the island's name is Dead Chest. But that's the rhythm of poetry for you, and I think the link is fairly clear. I do enjoy Sean. Like I say, I want him back in the more recent Assassin's Creed, I think. You do learn something new every day. Modern medicine will be more prepared. Yeah. Well, this is what annoys me about some of the fake news with the vaccination. Everyone said it's not. They've not had enough time to test it. They've actually been testing it for years. It was named Project X or something like that, and it was a strain from years ago. And they have been working on it. So the reason the vaccine was so quick to be able to be done is they were already working on a strain similar, and that's what made it easier. So they were prepared to a degree, obviously not quick enough. They also ran the testing that would normally take years. They ran it simultaneously rather than concurrently. That helped. Assassin's Creed 4, we called him Edward Thatch, but in Assassin's Creed 3 he is known as Edward Teach. Is that the... I'm trying to think back to Assassin's Creed 4 now. So Edward Teach was Blackbeard. Yeah, Teach is correct for Blackbeard. Was he known as Edward Thatch then, was he? Do you know what, when we go to the Black Flag, I'm going to have to check that out. Because if they're not talking about Blackbeard, it would be right. If they're talking about Blackbeard, it's Edward Teach. Well, I've got another recent event. I do love the Animus Database. It's just something else I wish we had in the more recent Assassin's Creeds. We read that. Yeah, we've read that one. I don't know what... Sometimes I don't click off when you've read them. Right, we've got to find a way across. That's our mission. That's what we shall do. Right, there's something obviously here.
If Abel Owen's ship wrecked around here, they must have been looking for something themselves.
Right, £3,000. Nicely done. I'm assuming I haven't got a map. Yeah, no map available. I thought I'd check. Old question, who is your favourite historical real-life character in the Assassin's Creed series? Oh. You really like testing me, don't you? Okay, we need to find a way up. Can't climb... I wonder if we could climb the vines, to be fair. Doesn't like you will, though. So we need to look for the rock with a bit of a gap. Climb up, by the looks of it. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out how to get up. We need to get up there. I thought he would just climb the vines, but... Climb. No? Gave me the option to climb, so I thought he would, but... Okay, this is the only thing with this, with old Assassin's Creed. Climbing is not as free as we've seen in recent games, which I think is good. You really have to try and find your angles. Right, I've got a feeling, yeah. I did think that kind of way that was looking would be their hint. They're all altered to fit the storyline. They are, yeah, they're not completely historically factual. Why do I want to jump backwards? Oh, that's why I wanted to jump backwards. I wonder why he wanted me to. Leonardo da Vinci's yours. That's not a bad shout, actually, Lisa. Yeah, no, I like that. That's a very good shout. I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing and trying to think of my answer at the same time. Cass is trying to think of his answer. Yeah, I'm trying to think of mine, to be honest. I like George Washington, but then I don't think we've seen enough of him. I just like him because it's George Washington more than anything else, though. I wouldn't say he's a strong enough character.
Scavengers.
Who do I like? I actually can't think of anyone offhand.
Put that down.
William Bell. Was it William Bell in the Syndicate?
Stop!
Oh well, we've got to catch that guy.
me be! I found it! What you carry is mine!
Yeah, we're not letting him get away, are we?
Nice try!
Not that easy.
See you later.
It's not yours! Leave me alone!
Still chasing the guy. See you later. Still trying to catch this guy.
Why are you chasing me? I've done nothing wrong! Stop and give me what I came for!
Oh, okay. Still trying to catch the guy. One's down. There we go.
Hand it over!
Sorry, mate. Looks like you lost this treasure hunt.
Did we? Do you reckon? Oh, I found the side quest. The optional objective. We didn't stay within 40 meters.
Gone.
Whoa! Well, I don't know why he wouldn't draw the bow on him. We didn't kill the target before we reached the cave either. We failed all the optional objectives here. So that means we've got to redo a lot of this. I didn't see the optional objectives, to be honest. I love disarming people. Right, we killed them all. I'm annoyed I failed the optional objectives though. I really want you to play Tyranny DLC. Well, we have to. We have to do the DLC because you can't get the platinum without the DLC. You have to complete the trophies for the DLC. He doesn't sound the same anymore. Okay. Black Flag is amazing. Have you never played gaming? Yeah, Gold Edition Syndicate's £8, but like I say, you can buy all 3 games, Syndicate, Black Flag, and Unity, for $12.99. All 3 games. Black Flag is incredible. I'll tell you that now. Black Flag is incredible. Yeah, we failed that mission. I kind of think we need to go back. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to say go back now, but we failed miserably, considering we did none of the optional objectives. Right, but we have done what we need to do there. So let's go and speak to Pegleg. See what he has for us.
This time. Let me see. Let me see. If you've been trying to run a rig, I won't have it. Find some more.
Oh, right. He doesn't want to talk to us. Why does he not want to talk to us?
What's he got this time? Let me see. Let me see. Not to hang
Only Syndicate Unity. Yeah, I forget. There's so many different games.
Some more.
I do forget. I think Valhalla's loading times aren't brilliant, to be fair. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered loading times aren't too bad. I think Valhalla has some of the worst loading times there is, personally. Right, we've done the mission, we failed it. We completed it, but we still failed it. We've got 1 map fragment. Do we do another one? Let's do another one. We've got time. We'll do another one, then we'll have a look at the homestead missions, I think. In fact, while we're doing this, as Lisa reminded us, we need finances for when we do upgrades to the ship. These are the upgrades to the ship you need. Look at these. You can buy an extra cannon now. They cost a lot, so we need to remember we need money for these. The screen, it may be bright, but it's quick compared to a lot of other games. That solar flare at home. Yeah, but they're not long loading screens. Ruins at Keros. Let's head there. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if I can redo that mission. I didn't look on the screen to see if it was there as an optional. I'm hoping I can, because I don't want to screw.
I'll stay with our ride, Captain.
I don't
Make
want
sure
to
nothing
screwed up
happens to it.
the plan
Good.
by failing that.
There is a temple on the island. What I seek is likely in there.
Right, we're heading to a temple. I'm going to be more prepared this time. Yeah, no worries, gaming. Right, let's see what we can do. And the ice place are so fun. Yeah, well, that first peg leg mission I wouldn't say is fun. Difficult. Interesting, but difficult. But now I know roughly what to expect. It's not too bad. I'm expecting a chase sequence. Try and take someone out quickly, that kind of thing. We've got an environmental puzzle to kind of figure out as well. Right, we're going to explore the cave. Can we see anything? Eagle vision. It said explore the cave. I kind of assumed we'd be climbing. Take your time. I'll definitely take your time, yeah. I don't generally rush these things. I like to enjoy them.
No chance of staying dry today.
Right. We're exploring the Mayan temple. Hear the birds as well. I'm assuming this is the way we should be going. Although maybe not. Kind of. We need to head over there. So how do we get over there would be the question. There's trees there. He's not going to climb up there, is he? There's a lot of tree branches that tells me there is probably something to do with those going on. All we know, we have to try and get to that green icon, which seems to be a long way away. Icon kind of gets loud. He sounds American and like a human. Yeah, his voice is weird how it changes between soft and loud. Right, we've got to get across there. I'm assuming the trees are involved in how we get across. So I think we've got to find a way up. And then once we get that tree's blocking us off a little bit. I think we've got to use the trees as a way to get across, is my guess. Can't get to that tree. Right, there's got to be a way to climb up some of the trees. Right, there we go, first tree found. So from this one, no, before I could jump across to that one to be fair. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, I'm guessing this is what we've got to try and do. Is use the trees for height, and then there'll be some way of getting across. Why is he missing the jump every time? Edward and Connor have the same neck piece. Oh, really? I haven't noticed, to be fair. Right, come on, I'm now being silly. Get on the tree. No, get on the tree. Right. Okay, he's missing the jump for some stupid reason. I think there's another branch there that leads up. Let's try that one, shall we? Right, that seems like maybe the right way to go. Perfect. Okay, I'm completely guessing at this point. If we take a few wrong turns, I apologise. So from here, I think we need to head that way. White red assassin outfits. I think it works well for the time period, to be fair. I think other time periods it may not have worked well for, but I think it suits this time period pretty well. Well, I think we've done it.
Kid's treasure is probably inside that pyramid.
We've managed it. So that was an environmental puzzle. I'm assuming he's going to grab on. Good catch, good catch. I wasn't worried, honestly.
There must be an easier way.
What, than getting in? Right, we've got an Animus Database for Keros, I believe. I love the Animus Database though, that's definitely one thing I want back. So the Mayan city of Keros sits on a hilltop overlooking Chetumal Bay in the late 17th century. This is Spanish territory, though it became part of British Honduras and eventually the independent nation of Belize. Of course, I think you pronounce it Cheros, but I don't know. Cheros itself predates all that. It was founded sometime around 350 BC, when it was an important trading centre for ships travelling up the coast. In its heyday, about 1,100 people lived there. They may not seem like a lot, but the stonework in the area shows the city's prominence. The architecture features step pyramids, stone carvings, temples, and get this, 2 ball courts. Now, we're not clear on the rules. From the location of the courts, it seems the game was important and deadly. Murals at other similar sites show the winners beheading their opponents. Maybe that was their version of trash talking the other team, or maybe not. And I thought Americans took their football seriously. If that's true, that is incredible. Ball courts, but with beheading involved if you lose. You dislike Assassin's Creed 3 about how they make Connor focus heavily on the American Revolution. But that's the time period. That's what's the biggest thing. The Americans were fighting the British and the French, to be fair, although the French actually helped the Americans in the end. But they are fighting. They're stopping them invading. They're stopping them from taking over. So obviously it's an important time period. Okay, we can't go up that way. And yeah, I don't get why people get annoyed with that. They want historically accurate games, but then dislike the time period. It's like, well, it's an important time in history. Without it, America wouldn't be the America we know today. Speaking of Spain, what are they doing now in the game? I don't know if they started with it during the American Revolution. They haven't mentioned Spain. Yeah, they haven't mentioned Spain during the whole thing. I don't remember reading anything about Spain, to be honest. That wasn't me.
No small wonder this temple has not collapsed yet.
Seems a bit annoyed it hasn't. You didn't know the French were involved, yeah. They helped the Americans a lot, like Lisa said. I think originally They were even fighting the British quite a bit. It was only when the Americans started to get their act together and the militias started working together that the French joined them. You love your fun facts, don't you, Cass? I'm not complaining. Just an observation. Connor's daughter, who's not in Assassin's Creed, has the same eagle vision as Bayek, Alexios, and Ivor. Really? That is interesting. I like that. Seven Years' War. Yeah, that was Assassin's Creed Rogue. Was that Rogue? 7 Years' War? No, I completely like your educational comments, Cass. I'm definitely not complaining in the slightest. I do enjoy them. To be fair, the majority of everything you put as a fun fact, I've got no clue about. I didn't know that. That was a little bit of a fall. Look at that view, though.
I need to find a way back up to the treasure room.
We're going to find a way up to the treasure room. Then why fall down in the first place? Okay, so another environmental. Find the way up. I'm assuming I just can't. Oh, we can climb. Okay, well, if that's the case, climb. I need to find. Okay, I did just climb up, but I think we need to possibly. No. So we can go around the edge, but we need to find a way up from the edge then. Let's have a look at what we've got. There's a branch there, isn't there? I want to see the view. Actually, to be fair, I want to see the view first. Let's have a look at the view. Oh, it's a bit of a misty view, unfortunately. I can always go back to Odyssey if I want to be talking. No, we prefer you not being talking about Odyssey, to be fair. Yeah, but the British, the French, the Spanish, they were at each other's throats a lot in the past. It's amazing they actually get on semi-decently now, to be fair, because they didn't for a very long time. Right. See, I wondered if we didn't need to go there. There's obviously we can climb the edging, so. Oh, actually, hang on. That's going in a direction which tells me, is that a jump point? It is indeed. Look at that. Oh, we can head straight up. I don't know why I was going to the side. Right. And across the branch.
These should hold.
These should hold. That fills me with so much confidence in actually saying that. If he hadn't said a word, I wouldn't have thought about it. I just would have thought they would have done. They did hold, luckily. You are right about these missions. They are really cool. Peg leg trinkets missions are one of the reasons why Black Flag exists. Do you think that living alone in a house for a long time, would you consider that as non-healthy? No. No, I wouldn't think that's... Obviously, I don't live alone. I have my other half and my little boy. But I've lived alone previously. A long time ago now, to be fair. But yeah, I've lived alone. I don't see living alone as unhealthy. We're going to do a back eject. I'm worried. I don't know if... Yeah, I'm in the right place, I think. There we go. I hate them jumps just because you can't quite see if you're lined up enough. I'd assume it wouldn't let you do it if you weren't, but... You never know. No, it's not unhealthy. If you never left the house and lived alone, that would be classed as, I would say, as unhealthy. But as long as you do leave the house, you know, you could say at the minute, I'm unhealthy. I don't leave the house. Physically, I'm not able to go very far, so I don't. Just because I'm in agony very quickly and it's pointless, and I'd rather be at home in agony than outside in agony, and then have to get back. But if I lived alone, and I wasn't in the position I'm in now, as long as you do venture out and leave your front door at some point in the week, I don't see the issue. If you were obviously at home alone day in, day out, for long periods of time, don't talk to anyone in any shape, way or form, that then becomes unhealthy, in my opinion. Open the sarcophagus. We've got a sarcophagus. But yeah, that's my opinion, Cass. It's not unhealthy as long as you do socialise in some form and do leave the house. Welcome back, gaming. Ooh, sword, coins. It's a nice sword. The way your life is going, you're going to be alone for most of your 20s. But that's not an issue. Being alone isn't a problem. It depends if you work, socialise. As long as you're doing all of that, living on your own isn't a bad thing. It gives you your independence. You have to look after yourself. I know people that have lived on their own for years and years and years and are really happy like that. To be honest. You know, I could, and don't tell my other half this, quite comfortably live on my own again. Because I like my own space. Some people like their own space. Some people like to be around people. My other half being one of them. But yeah, it's not unhealthy as long as you do leave the house at some point. You know, if you're cooped up inside day in, day out, that's when it becomes unhealthy. But it's all about you. It's not about what other people think is unhealthy. It's about you being happy. That's the important part. Exactly, it's all about your own space. I don't think he's going to do anything. We need 2 more things.
Let me see.
No, he won't do anything.
Hang the jib, but it's not enough.
No, I didn't think it was.
Some more.
Right, so for him, well, we'll look on this. We still need a couple of bits to be able to do any more with him. We can still go and do more missions, but I think we might head to the homestead mission. We've done a couple of those. We do need to do more. But to do his actual mission, we need to find one more trinket for Pegleg around probably New York or the frontier. And we need to explore the Fort Walcott and find Kid's former crew member and obtain 3 more map fragments. But I thought, we've done a couple of those, let's vary it up. I think a couple more homestead missions while we're here. The first one being there, so if we fast travel to there. And also it's not winter anymore, so hopefully we can scan some of the homesteaders as well for Encyclopedia. Just to, The way the city folk treat Connor is very similar to how people treated you back when you didn't speak English well. Really? That's really bad, Cass. Just because you don't speak English well doesn't mean people shouldn't treat you well. That's the thing. I like winter in Valhalla because of the way it looks. I think the way it makes the place look is incredible. The only thing with winter in this I found was scanning your homesteaders for the encyclopedia gets annoying because they're not generally doing their jobs. Because it's winter. And that's frustrating. But yeah, that's bad they treated you like that, Cass, to be fair. The difference between Connor and you is racism during this time period was rife. No one... Now, this is going to sound really wrong, and I don't mean it, but back then, racism wasn't wrong, or it wasn't regarded as bad. I think the lack of understanding probably had something to do with it, but it wasn't regarded as a bad thing. Whereas nowadays, we understand it's a bad thing, so for you to be treated like that is actually really bad, Cass. I don't think I can scan the kid, no. Just looking out for the yellow to be able to scan. Right, what argument do we have to solve today?
They'll have to get through us first. We're with you, big guy. No matter. Connor!
I love Big Dave. Big Dave is probably one of my favourite characters so far in this. Mainly because of the name. It was the norm because people were backwards. Well, in the game period, yes. In the game period, yeah. Not just that. People of different ethnicity, because slavery was a big thing there, wasn't it, during the time period as well? They were treated as less than others. So the British would treat the colonists like they were less than the British. And even some of the higher up Americans would treat the people like Connor and his tribe as less than them. Because that's the way they saw it. It was that social hierarchy.
They're coming, David. We need to be ready.
The difference nowadays
Who is coming?
is people should be
David's to be tried for
more
treason.
open to learning about cultures and
Executed more than likely.
and how people can,
Connor,
be the same, no
glad
matter
you're
what they
here.
look like,
I
talk
want to
like.
show you something.
And that's the big thing. It's opening your mind and allowing the opportunity. Like I say, my little boy goes to a Catholic school. And it's not because we're Catholic, because we're not. He goes to a Catholic school because I
I've
believe
collected these kegs. I might suggest building an ambush in the event we need it.
it allows him to learn about religion. Which I see. Prepare an ambush. Okay? Where are we going? Right, if I can put these barrels down, I suppose I can blow them up. I need to swap to a gun then, and I don't really generally use a gun, annoyingly. Right, repairing ambush for the British platoon. I should have gone above them, to be fair. Protect Big Dave and his friends. Here they come. But yeah, I think it opens his mind up more to possibly, and he learns more about religion. Hang on, I'll look at chat in a second. I don't want to get this wrong. They're all down. Ah, they didn't die. Back to Bo. Bo's quicker.
There's more coming, I'm sure of it.
Right, they're all down. What we'll do, let's pick up the weapon, because we can take a quick shot with this. I did think this was going to be different to what it is. Ice. I want my tomahawk on for a start. I dropped the gun. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Hello guys. How are you? I didn't mean to still have it in my hand, to be fair. My plan was just to fire it once and then let go of it. Right, where are these guys? Hit him down. Get off them. He's down. Save their friends.
Connor, I'm sorry for bringing this violence on the village.
I don't know why Dave is blaming
We
himself.
protect our own.
Big Dave. Dave
The
doesn't
British
sound
will
like
not
Big
risk
Dave.
losing more soldiers for one deserter. You are free of it now.
Is he though? Really? Do you think they'd give up that quickly on the deserter? Probably not. He is now level 4. Right, so I'll catch back up. When the British invaded India, they had signboards that said no dogs and no Indians allowed. Yeah, no, they did. America had it on buses. Black people weren't allowed to sit with white people. It was really weird. And looking back at it now, it sounds really weird when you talk about it. Do they teach different types of religion? Yes, they do. Actually, they're really good. They teach Catholic. They teach their religion, Catholic. What is the religion? It's Catholic. I keep thinking there should be something on the end of that. I don't know why. But they also learn about other religions. And what I've found, the Catholic school is more open to different religions, which I think personally will give him a broader and more of an open mind. Whereas a lot of people, the reason they don't like other religions is because they don't know about it. They see it as different, and in some ways that gives them fear. Whereas if you're more open-minded, you're more accepting. And I think that then comes across when you speak to these people as well. That's because the British, why India was a lot of English. Yeah, it is, yeah. But it was part of the English colonies, wasn't it? There was loads, we conquered a lot of the world. And don't you have to some sort of religion studies in normal school? Yeah, schools in the UK do have religious studies. But a lot of kids don't bother with it or don't pay much attention. And it's set curriculum. I don't know for definite, because it's a long time since I had it. We didn't learn about that many different religions. It was mainly focused on Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and Sikhism, I believe. I think there was the 4, and that was about it. It's only as I've got older I've learned about these things through meeting people. Sword stats don't really matter, as long as you dodge and counter. Oh yeah, no. You wish you could do an Irish accent. Yeah, I'm rubbish at accents. Right. We've got an interactive conversation. We've got this homestead mission. One thing I really found is how people started using slang of English right after I started getting A+ normal English. Slang's always been there though. In every language there is slang. I'm not a fan of slang. I admit I use it, but I'm not a fan of it. And most of the time I don't realise I'm using it. But it's just a way for people to express how they're feeling quickly. That's the thing. I'm someone that doesn't like swearing, mainly because I don't. So yeah, I'm more bothered by swearing than I am by slang, to be honest. Mainly because I just don't know. I've always been that way, that I don't swear. Or I try my best not to. My other half's got a potty mouth when she wants to, as a reminder.
Hey, Connor.
Quite a lot. You're not used to it. I used to be a grammar Nazi.
Do you have business in New York on occasion? I only ask because I ordered a package from France and it's long overdue. I've written a postmaster and he's yet to respond. I thought you could inquire in person if you had the chance.
I will pass by the next time I am there.
Right, so Lance wants us to go to New York to pick up a package. Which we can do. Oh, why is he not yellow? Let's see if anyone was yellow, but they're not. What does it feel like we're living with another half? Yeah, normal. We've been together years, lived together for years. You know, it's normal. There is an interactive conversation here, actually. Let's go and do that, because we know we'll get a plate for it in our thing in the house. I can't get my words out.
Doesn't hurt himself. I'll get some rest with the doctor around, sending the boys his way.
I know what you mean. Maria is all over the property.
Why
like
is Connor joining the girls'
Nora's
chat?
found her in his mine yesterday with a great big gash in her knee. That girl, I tell you.
It sounds like you all have your hands full.
Well, you could say that.
Having the doctor here is great for all of us, Connor. Thank you for finding him and bringing him here.
He came here because of you. I only brought him the offer.
That was our interactive conversation done. But yeah, we've lived together for years. It's just one of those things. I don't see it as anything other now, to be fair. And she knows I call her my other half. Right. So the main quest story is there. We're going to ignore that for the minute. I want to do the homestead, and now we need to head to New York for Lance to pick up a package. While we're here, we need to find a trinket. Because if we find a trinket, that's another peg leg mission. You're 21 years old, yet still feel like a teenager. Can't imagine living with a better half. No, I understand what you're saying. When you're young, you don't see it like that, though. You see life differently. You've got your whole life ahead of you. That's the big thing. So because you've got things that are different, you will feel differently about. Oh, we actually landed in the perfect place. And yeah, I can't say one day you'll wake up and go, right, I'm ready to live with someone, because it doesn't work like that. But yeah, it will still feel alien to you now. because it's just not on your radar. But that is normal. No, I want to go to the States. It's on my list of places to visit. Obviously, the condition I'm in at the minute, I don't think I'll be able to go on a plane for that amount of time. But hopefully one day I will actually make it there. It's definitely on my plan to go to. Yeah, I want to see so much of the States. My other half's actually got family in the States.
I have come to inquire on a package arriving from France on behalf of Lance O'Donnell.
Was picked up and signed for by his apprentice a couple of days back.
Oh, not his
Patrick
apprentice
O'Hara.
again.
Patrick O'Hara is Mr. O'Donnell's former
I
apprentice.
was going to say, not again.
Would you happen to know where he is?
Is that
Sure?
the deal with this
He's
guy?
been hanging around the docks the last few days. Should be round the way.
There he is.
Here, take these pages and hide them. Don't let that guy get his hands on them.
I hate the apprentice. We know what the apprentice is like. It's smart to learn how to live alone before you're moving with someone. It is indeed. You're 100%. Lisa. Oh, we need to loot these guys to get the first part of the plan. So I'm assuming I need to steal it. Obviously, I don't want to have to kill him. Oh, I've got to assassinate. I can't steal it. My plan wasn't to loot. My plan... Oh, why? I was going to just steal it, but it wouldn't give me the option. I had to assassinate the guy. And now I've got every man under the sun after me. Right, yeah. My plan was to steal what we need from him, but instead we had to assassinate, and now I've got myself in a situation I don't really want to be in, and I'm about to die. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Don't do it. Stop it. Oh, I got punched. I've got to return to my target. Well, I would, but these guys are now really annoying me. I'm trying to return to my target. We have a slight issue with these people. Stop hitting me. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. My fault. Use a smoke bomb. I didn't even think of smoke bombs. Do you know what? One thing I always forget is to actually change weapons during a fight when it's easy enough to do. We'll try this again, shall we? Not on your radar. It's that I always say, to be fair. But yeah, Lisa's definitely right. You've got to learn to be. You've got to learn to enjoy your own company before you can learn to be with someone else. That's it, Emperor. She didn't know. That's when I decided it's time to change school. Yeah, smoke bomb definitely. English being a difficult, complex language, I personally find that to be incredible. Yeah, I thought, but no, because that one we had to stay near the body. Normally, I would have run away and hidden and you know, escaped that way, but we had to stay near the body. I don't understand why I can't. First things first. Hang on a second. I don't know how we gained a stone. We must have picked up a stone dagger because I don't normally equip the stone dagger. I want the bow. But yeah, my plan was to actually kill and loot. Obviously, the soldiers saw. Right, we're under attack again. Right, we need to break. Yeah, got to be with these guys. You need to break the defense. But what I need to do. Firing squad. Thank you. That's one down. I don't want to reload. I messed up. I know what I'm trying to do. What I need to do is swap weapon, don't I? Sorry. Right, here we go. I could actually go to my pistols. We want the tomahawk back on. We have got smoke bombs we haven't used. Let's actually use a smoke bomb, shall we? Let's assign that to there. I always forget we can actually assign buttons as well. Right. I'm trying to press the smoke bomb. Smoke bomb. Right, he's down. Right, down. How come I can't use the smoke bomb? Or I just been... Oh, throw bomb, triangle. Right, hang on. There we go. I've got a knife, man. I don't want the knife, but I keep... That works perfectly. Right, the smoke bomb was fantastic advice. I need to loot the guy and hopefully pick up what we need. There we go. We do need to go and get rid of this notoriety. And we've got the mission we needed. Yeah, thanks for the advice of the smoke bomb. That actually helped massively. What I also need to do is get rid of that knife. I don't know why it keeps equipping the knife. You want to visit the UK? Wow, 48 hours on a plane. That's madness. It's Guernsey. It is and isn't. Depends who you speak to. It's part of the British. It is part of the UK, but it's also a separate entity as well. You always use tomahawk and rope dart combo. I've really very rarely used the rope dart. I keep meaning to, I never got around to it. You need to use every weapon type. Do you really? If that's the case, we haven't really used. Let's use the war club. Yeah, let's use the war club. I've never used the war club, so I think we'll put it on. I've also realised I've got my assassins that can help me, haven't I? I don't know why I'm being so silly with this. I've got assassins that can do the job for me. If they kill the guy, we won't get in trouble. There you go. We can't get in trouble if our assassins do it. Look at that war club. That is actually pretty cool. Right. Let's get... Stay away. Oh, we can't actually do it. I was going to pay him. But our guys... I think it's because our guys are attacking. But yeah, I've never used the war club. Oh, we just beat him with the war club. That worked really well. Right, one more guy. Can I get rid of my... hate being notorious? Yeah, we can bribe them. The second stats when you get kills in Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah, I would say there is something satisfying about it. Yeah, I just never used the rope dart. I don't know why. We've used it because it's taught us how to use it. I've just never really got around to using it properly, to be honest. Yeah, I don't touch cosmetics. I'm not a fan of cosmetics. I don't see the point. If that's what is meant to wear, that's what I wear. I'm just not a fan of all that cosmetic stuff. Right. We're going to get ourselves in trouble here, aren't we? We're now incognito. How are we incognito? We just climbed up into the riggings. Return to my target. I am just trying to get across to him. Keep going. And now bow. He's down. Yeah, okay. I can actually throw my bone club at him. I didn't know I could do that. I actually threw the bone club. Done. Right, I don't know if I've just lost my bone club. I need to actually go and pick it up, to be fair. You think he changed clothes occasionally, or you hope? Yeah, I can see your point, to be fair. I don't know why it's saying warning, return to your target. Because we've actually done everything. Right, we can now head back. I actually got to use the bone. The bone club's pretty good, I must admit, that was pretty good. Before we head back to the homestead, everything is a fish hook. Before we head back to the homestead, we need to get a trinket, as that would enable us to do another thing for Pegleg. So where's the nearest... Yeah, you hope he washed his clothes. Yeah, hopefully he did. Right, we just need a trinket. We've got all the maps. I thought we'd see one simply, but there's no local ones. I was hoping there'd be one near a fast travel point, just to make my life quick and easy before we head back to the homestead. It might be a case. Can't see a quick one. So in that case, if there's not a quick one, we'll head back to the homestead. Just hand this in. It'd be nice to get the homestead all done. At least then we know it's done. Time we're on for 10 minutes or so. That too. The outfit stinks of nature, city sweat, and corpse odour. To be fair, it would probably stink, yes. And then every time he kills an animal, was there a trinket? I didn't see the one straight north. Was the one straight north? Did I just miss it? Sorry, Lisa, I didn't see it. Every time you kill an animal, you see that blood just splatter on it. So yeah, there's that smell of dried blood won't be nice. Right, we've done Lance's mission. As I say, we can't be far off fully finishing all these missions now. For the homestead. Big Dave is level 4. And his story seems to be ending. Or he's going to be at least very close to. I'd be surprised if we have that many more to do. We're heading there to Lance, aren't we? I suppose sooner rather than later I need to have a look at trophies, just so we kind of have an idea of what we need. But I do know for Platinum, we have to do the DLC trophies. We've got a lot of main quests to redo. I know that's required as well. Okay, just casually having a smoke on top of his roof, as you do. But yeah, other than Achilles missions, I don't think we've got many left. I can't see it.
You got them! This, Connor, is the design for a chair that folds. Genius! You won't regret this.
Design for a chair that folds. Wow. Your house is a 1-minute walk away from where you are, yet I'm forced to live in a hotel. Oh, you've gone back and you've had a quarantine. Oh, I didn't realise that, Cass. Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet that's frustrating. He's not yellow, so we can't scan him, annoyingly. But it could be because we've got an interactive conversation. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's frustrating.
Connor!
You don't. It's not about having it, though, is it? It's the fact you can pass it on to others.
Interest to you.
What is that?
Those plans you retrieved for me. And believe you me, they were worth all the fuss.
What, for a chair that folds?
A folding chair.
It sounds so simple to us.
You. It's a chair that folds, Connor. You can fold it right up and stack them, store them, transport them.
He's so excited about it.
I have 1,000 chairs in my back room. It's simple brilliance, and I am
It's one of
going
those
to
simple
make a
things that we
fortune.
probably take for granted. But Lance is so happy.
Well, I wish you the best with it.
Obviously,
You'll
Connor,
see, Connor. You'll see.
he grew up on the lands. For him, a chair is the floor. Yeah, innovation. Flat one. But yeah, for Connor, he grew up with his tribe, didn't he? So for him, the floor is his chair. So he won't understand it. But yeah, I think that's brilliant. Right, we have no more homestead missions again. We have completed all the homestead missions once more. We have got an interactive conversation over there. But that's all homestead done. We've got 10 minutes left. So, what do we do for the last 10 minutes? Do we go and try and do a little bit of main story? Do we go and... What do we need to do in Boston? I think we've still got a fort to clear in Boston, haven't we? I believe we've still got this fort over here. Do we clear the fort in Boston? Or do we head to New York and clear some of that? Or Frontier. We've still got Frontier to clear. What do people want to see? What do we think we should do? Do you believe COVID is real? Yeah, Cass, I work in a hospital, or did before I got hurt. Trust me, COVID is very much real. Yeah. Do you know, one of the worst things I saw during the pandemic, I think you're enjoying yourself too much on the stream. A chair is the floor, and a bathroom is everything around you. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, one of the worst things I saw. Let's head to Boston. We'll have a look at this fort, I think. We're heading there. A really big, healthy guy came in to A&E, and I was chatting to him. He was laughing and joking. Half an hour later, he was on a ventilator, being rushed to intensive care. He was on a ventilator for 15 days, and it was touch and go for a very long time. But, 1 minute he was laughing and joking with me in the corridor, and the next thing, he was nearly gone. That's, so for people that say COVID isn't real, when you've seen things like that firsthand, you know it very much is. Could you debunk some COVID myths? Yeah, it depends what they are, but yeah, I can. I know a lot about it. I've researched a lot about it, mainly because I worked in that environment. I wanted to know enough to keep my family safe. What do you want debunking? I'll try my best. I'm more than that. I'll be honest with you. That's the main thing. That's all I can do, is I can be as honest as I can be. And if that debunks some of the myths you've heard, then I'm happy to try. But yeah, I'll be completely honest. Let's go with the boarding axe. I've not tried the boarding axe. Right, I'm going to try and debunk some of Cass's myths, and we're also going to try and take on the fort. That's the plan. You're about to have using the quotation marks. It's right, it's not a problem. Yeah, we're going to try and take on the fort to finish off tonight, I think. By the looks of it, the vote for tomorrow, I was thinking, do we want to do the mastery challenges to finish that little bit of storyline before Siege of Paris, or do we just carry on with Assassin's Creed 3? And it looks like most people want to see Assassin's Creed 3 tomorrow. So it does look like that's what we're going to do. We're incognito. The soldier's not going to matter. He's not going to bother me at this point. He will shortly. We've got to kill the fort's captain. And we've got to do other bits and pieces, but the main thing is the captain. You use it to highlight words. The inverted commas are just so small. That's brilliant. I like that. Okay. I have a plan. Can't guarantee my plan is going to work, but I have a plan. Okay, this guard here Hello, Mr. Assassin. Thank you very much. Right. Told you I had a plan. Thank you, assassins. This is what makes the fort so easy. This is full stealth. I'm using the assassins that I've recruited to help. This is full-on stealth approach. Although I think they're about to get themselves in a fight. Which doesn't really help me. Told you, this is full-on stealth approach. Although my assassins are now making a massive hash of it. I may have to go and help. To be fair, that axe is really cool. Who shot the captain? I think one of my assassins shot the captain. That was really cool. Yeah, I think the assassins killed the captain, so that made my life a lot easier. I'm not. Yeah, the pirate boarding axe isn't too bad, but it's not as good as some of the other weapons we've used. And the stealth kind of went out the window, didn't it? Have one down. Okay, what I will do, I want to go back to bow. I prefer the bow. See when there's enemy around. Where are you guys? Don't know. Right, let's arm this. Yeah, I know you can have 6 or 7 assassin recruits. I've only got 3. I think we can gain another 3 from New York, but we haven't really done anything in New York yet. So we definitely got a lot more to do in New York. Where's he gone? Missed one. I want my arrow back though. We've got to change the flag. Before we get the flag back. Why are you running? Yeah, that's the one thing I find is guns are pointless. Because they're muskets, the reload is so slow that I don't see the point in using them. £7,500 done. Are you coming after me, you guys? Oh yeah, you're there. Well, I might regret this. I kind of should have done the flag. I'll kind of wait for them to come after me, and I probably shouldn't have done. I said the boarding axe wasn't brilliant, actually. It's pretty good. Oh, I thought we had him then. Well, we did it. Us and our axe. All on our own. There we go, we'll lower the flag. Red Crows are stronger in Assassin's Creed 3, but weak in Assassin's Creed Rogue. New York looks better in Rogue, but place after Rogue. Keller hasn't been here all night because we're 2 hours... Keller is 2 hours ahead of us. Thank you for the like over there, was much appreciated. Keller's 2 hours ahead, so he doesn't generally join the evening streams because it's just too late for him. He generally falls asleep. What did you want to debunk anyway, Cass? Because we are going to be finishing the stream very shortly. Right, that is it. That's that done. So Boston is now nearly done. It's 1 AM for you. Wow. Yeah, Cass is Keller's normally asleep. So for Boston now, the only thing left for us to do in Boston, I believe, other than the delivery, we need to craft, make some items, and the Boston Brawlers obviously, but that's not actually in Boston. The only thing for us to do, delivery request, and the underground tunnels. That is it for Boston. Yeah, but yeah, that's fine, but you need to give me a question to actually say. But yeah, that is Boston done. Why people don't believe in it? You know, now I've now got to come up with what people are saying. That's wrong. So like, you know, some of the other things that make me laugh, like my other half was in Boots the other day, and the guy was in there and he was about to get his vaccination, and he was like to the lady, the pharmacist, "Oh, I'm not sure if I want it." She's like, "Oh, why? What's? I know, we can talk about it and discuss your issues." "Oh, well, I don't want them to track me." So this guy actually believes that in your vaccine there is a tracker that can track your movements. Now, that I can debunk very quickly, because although across the world miniaturization exists, we can make computer chips that are very small, we can't make them liquid. And the size of the needle that goes in your arm with your vaccination, only liquid can pass through that hole. So there is no way there is a tracker in your vaccination. It's not possible. It's not there. It doesn't exist, because you cannot have a tracker that is liquid. That one bugs me, because I just think it's ridiculous. I can't even think what COVID theories are. I'll have to have a look. We are ending the stream very shortly, but I'll have a quick look at what theories are, and I'll give my honest opinion. As I say, before I got hurt, I was in the thick of it, in an A&E department. I know how bad it has got at times. Conspiracy theories. Let's have a look. A lot of people drink coconut water and turmeric water. It heals you if you have a sickness. Really? Fun fact for you then. I'll give you a fun fact. I don't know if you drink. I used to have an apprentice when I was a chef in London, and he used to go out and get off his face every night, alcohol-wise. He wouldn't know when to stop drinking. He used to come into the kitchen every morning, hanging, you know, really struggling to talk, to work. So I took him to my South African butchers, and they gave him cream of soda in a can, a little fizzy drink can, mini one. And one of those, within 5 minutes of drinking it, no hangover, he was perfect, as if he hadn't been drinking the night before. So a perfect hangover cure, cream of soda. COVID is just something the government made up for population control. It's made in a lab. See, the lab thing I actually believe. I don't believe there was a natural occurrence. I personally think it was made in a lab. The reason the Chinese won't let us, and I'll probably get in trouble for this, for spreading misinformation on YouTube, but the reason the Chinese won't let us investigate as much as we should be, where the outbreak first came from, is I believe it was man-made. But I believe that they were trying to, they were doing experiments with different viruses to try to find cures, and I think something went wrong. That's what I personally feel. I don't think it was made for population control, although there is that argument that the Chinese have got a very aging population, and this hasn't been bad for them because they couldn't afford the aging population. I've heard that, and part of it seems possible, but very unlikely. You drink beer, You don't like alcohol or scotch. Okay, fair enough. Let's have a look. I've actually got up a list of different theories. No, that isn't actually what I wanted. Okay. 19. I'm not doing all 19. There's 19 conspiracy theories here. I'm not doing all 19. I'll talk about a couple, and then we're done for the night. Let's have a look. Conspiracy one: the COVID-19 pandemic was planned. See, I can't say yes or no to that because there's no. I don't know. No one knows, and I don't think we'll ever know. I think there's some evidence to say it's not as clear cut as people think. The first Chinese doctor that discovered and tried to tell the Chinese COVID existed and was an issue, he then later got COVID and then died. I don't think he died like naturally. I think there was more to that. Do you think COVID is very dangerous or a lethal virus that can be cured easily? I don't think it can be cured easily. Having seen people come in with very mild symptoms and then deteriorate in a small amount of time very quickly and without warning, I think it can be lethal in some circumstances. I think if you've got underlying health conditions, if you suffer with chest conditions in general, I believe that there is an issue. You know, it's going to be harder for you to survive it. The majority of people that have died have got underlying health conditions, are older, so the bodies can't beat these things naturally. And because of that, it hasn't really affected the young so much, but the consequences of the young not being affected as much is they feel that they don't need the vaccine, they don't need to isolate because it doesn't affect them. But actually, the virus will mutate, and the virus, when it mutates, will then find a way of hurting younger, healthier people easily, and that's the problem. I don't mind you making things educational at all, Cass. I've just got to be very careful what I say. I don't want the channel taken down for spreading misinformation. 200 plus comments. I know. You do blow up the chat. You speak really well, by the way. The captions are almost perfect. Oh, thank you. I'm just me. I have to slow down how quick I talk when I stream. I know I've got to do that, and I do make a conscious effort to slow down. I generally speak very, very quickly, to the point my other half says that she can't understand me sometimes. So yeah, I have to slow down a little bit. Do you think the vaccine kills? Yes and no. So, if you want to know the blood clots with the vaccine, there are obviously people that have had these blood clots with the vaccine. The chance of getting a blood clot from the vaccine is less than being hit by lightning. Less? I mean, more. You've got a higher chance of being hit by lightning than you have by having this severe side effect. If you've had the first one, I don't see the issue having the second. I don't think the vaccine is going to kill you. It's going to be very, very extremely unlikely. But if you don't have it, the consequence of getting COVID and having severe symptoms is worse. And on the same kind of point, the vaccine people say, oh, isn't safe, it's not tested, it's still being tested on us, we're all guinea pigs. They're all wrong. Like I said earlier, the actual virus that's used to replicate in the vaccine was actually being tested previously. It was from years ago from Ebola and things like that. So they were testing it for many years before this happened, for this kind of circumstance. It just so happened it was a similar virus, and they could use the properties of what they're already working on to make what they've made. That's the big thing. So when people say we're guinea pigs, they're testing the vaccine on us, they're not. It's fully tested, but the reason it's been quicker, one is the amount of money being thrown at it by every single country, but also it was already in development, just not for this specific purpose. They're always testing different viruses and different vaccines constantly, just in case these kind of things happen. It took you 17 years to become a proper English speaker. Really? That's mad. They still consider you non-well spoken. It's weird how people perceive these things, isn't it? That's the thing. The concept of death to me is so sad. To have just one single life. If you look at it like that, yes. The thing is, I think you have to live not being afraid of death, but at the same time accepting it's going to happen. When your time's up, your time's up. But if you live in fear of it, you're never going to enjoy your life. Hello, Lisa. Cass wants me to debunk COVID myths. We're spending 5 minutes, and that is all. We are finishing shortly. Just having a general chat about life in general. Do you believe moving to Mars would be a good choice? Really? You are really coming out of left field, Cass. To be fair, if you ask people random questions... No, we're going to be stopping in about 5 minutes, Lisa. We are finishing. We're over 2 hours now. We are going to be stopping, to be fair. Don't go to Mars. Yeah, I like the fact that you have these left field questions. And I will say, Cass, that if the random questions you ask people should give you an idea of what that person is like. It's like in an interview setting. I've interviewed people in the past. And you always throw in a curveball every time. You always throw in, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be? Because it gives you more of a hidden element to the person's character that you wouldn't get from a normal question. So curveball questions that people answer honestly gives you a better indication of them as a person. But I don't believe moving to Mars would be a good choice, because I don't think Mars would be habitable enough. But I also don't think Earth can be fixed. I think it is probably too far gone. The only thing I'll say about Earth, though, and fixing it, and this is just a personal thought on it, is how do we know if we weren't alive on Earth today, the Earth still wouldn't go through changes and issues it's having now? How do we know it's not a natural reoccurrence for the Earth to what's the word I'm after? To exterminate issues on itself? How do we know that it's not a self-purge in a way? You know, we say it's climate change, global warming, and I agree that is an issue. You know, we know there are things we are doing wrong, from plastics in the ocean. Years ago, people used to bury fridge freezers in their gardens rather than taking to a dump or a tip, because it wasn't an issue. That's what they did. Nowadays, we know more about landfill and how bad that can be, and methane that's produced. But how do we know the Earth wouldn't naturally do what it's doing now anyway? You know, it's warming up, sea levels are rising, but we say it's our fault we've destroyed the Earth. But have we? There's no way of knowing. There's no right or wrong answer, but it could be a naturally occurring thing anyway. We're only associating it with us because we know we've done wrong. That's the weird thing. But yeah, I wouldn't go to Mars. You have a strong feeling you'll die at age 74. Okay, that's a weird one. You generally want to get your actual thoughts. Okay, that's cool. I'm quite happy to. I'll be, like I said, I'm one of those people that I'll always be honest. I've nothing to hide. And if people ask questions, I'll be honest. Obviously, on YouTube or any social media platform, you have to be a little bit wary of how you say things. And I try and, when we talked about racism the other day in the game, I precursored the conversation by saying, look, I don't mean this how it sounds, but it is within the game, because I don't know if I ever get checked and someone listens to this and reports me for racism, they may take it out of context and say, well, he wasn't talking about the game, when actually we were. So I am a bit careful, but I'm generally always honest, as I am with my injuries and stuff. I've been accused a little while ago by someone, and I won't name names or anything like that, but they accused me of using my injuries to promote my YouTube. And I said, I did say to him in the end, I don't use my injuries to promote my YouTube, because otherwise I'd have thousands of subscribers. That's not what I do, and that's not how I do things. I've just always been honest about my intentions and why I started streaming and that kind of stuff, and that's me. Oh, more fun facts from Cass. Let's have a look. Venus actually looked like Earth and had life before Earth. In 1 billion years, Earth will become hotter and the sun will consume Venus. That's when our planet will also light like Venus. That's quite cool. Is that 100% true? Because in 1 billion years, I don't even know if the sun would still exist. Because the sun is a star, and the star will burn out at some point. And we don't know exactly the life expectancy of the stars. Earth has always been doing stuff. We're very responsible for things like CO2, plastic, ocean, dead zones. We are responsible, yes. I'm not saying we're not responsible. I'm just offering the other side of it, of some of it, like the warming of the planet, could be a naturally occurring phenomenon, but we have probably sped that up. We should try to fix it. Absolutely. I completely encourage doing as much as you can to try and fix the planet, to be fair. Although I love the minister is in charge of the summit for climate change, and he has been jetting on a plane around the world during the pandemic without isolating anywhere, which is one other issue. But he has been flying to all these different countries ready for these talks about climate change. When he could have phoned, he could have used Zoom, he could have used other ways of talking, via video call, but he flew to every single country over a period of time. Don't understand how someone who is meant to be trying to chair a group of people battling climate change, how flying is going to help that. Mars only had 0.1% oxygen. Yeah, we definitely can't move to Mars. Earth will go on if people kill themselves by destroying their own habitat. Yes, this is it. This is the thing. Yeah, we do need to do more to help our own habitat. Yeah, Mars is a one-way trip. Yeah, Mars, I don't see Mars being a suitable way to go. The moon, possibly, if you could create that kind of thing. The thing is, we have a space station. If we could do that in a bigger capacity, we could live in space. But I don't, the complexity. Take many, many years, I think. People keep telling you fake your American accent because I'm an Indian. Just because you have an accent doesn't mean you're faking it. People pick up an accent from where they've lived. If you've been, like you say, you've been influenced by American culture since you were 3, you're going to pick up that accent. My little boy, he does watch YouTube. He doesn't watch kids' YouTube because he gets bored of it. So he watches my YouTube using my account, and he watches some horrendous American rubbish. But he picks up words, and that will rub off. And you see it in younger children nowadays. If they're just left to YouTube and TV, a lot of it is American based, and you'll see they pick up these mannerisms. It's weird, but it's just how you take on different things. The sun will take over 1 trillion years to enter a black dwarf. I didn't know how long it took, to be fair. I hope when people from the future look back at your streams and they learn something new and subscribe to you because of it. You can actually do an educational channel. I am completely kidding. We're not doing an educational channel. Look, all I can say is I've always been me. And as I said many times before, I never planned to stream. It was never my intention to stream in the slightest. I had a severe accident that I'm still struggling with, and I needed that social element. I needed this. I needed the chat where you can just laugh, chat, talk about whatever game you're playing, and you have the interaction. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted. And it's worked. I don't care if I've got 1 subscriber or 10,000 subscribers. It makes no odds. As long as there's people in the chat that want to have a conversation, whether it's about your day, your work, gaming, life, debunking myths, that kind of stuff. I don't care what it's about. It's that social element that I enjoy. And fun facts from Cass. We're going to have to name a stream. Fun facts from Cass. Most Indians use British lingo wordings like rubbish, rubber. Really? Indians use British lingo, do they? I've known a couple of Indians. I wouldn't say they did, although I've noticed from the people I've known. But then everyone's different. It depends on how they've grown up, how they've learned English and that kind of stuff. You hope your brother gets influenced by this. Is he new to streaming? Is he? Well, hopefully he does well. Like I said, you know, invite him to the Discord. He can at least post there. I'm happy to help new people all the time. There's a couple of people I drop in and say hello to and help the streams and promote a little bit on some social media channels and stuff. You know, I'm not overly worried about growing myself. I'd rather help others. That's what I enjoy. And this is the same as the writing the articles. I'm enjoying that because I like learning new things. Like this currently, I'm working on the Halo chronological order of all the Halo universe and all the games and the novels and the comic strips, the films and all that kind of stuff. And it's amazing because I've never been able to play Halo because I'm not Xbox. But it is, yeah, it's incredible. We need a fun fact music jingle. Do we? Really? Sure about that? I'll leave that to you to come up with. Right. It's been a pleasure as always, guys. I am going to have to leave it. We are getting later and later. And I will just chat on for ages. It was a fun stream today. Got very spammy and education, but had fun. Cass, you're a legend as always. Right, we are done for the night. So it looks like the poll is ending as we're not going to worry about the Marshy challenges before the start of Siege of Paris. So as long as everyone's happy with that, there's a little, like I say, there's a little bit of story, but it's very minimal and it doesn't do anything to Siege of Paris. So we'll crack on, do more Assassin's Creed 3 tomorrow. Probably more main story, maybe New York, and there's loads to do before we hit Siege of Paris Thursday evening. Thank you, Cass. You've been a delight as always. Always fun talking to you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lisa. Good night, and I will see you all soon. Thank you very much for the views, the likes, the conversation, and we will see you tomorrow evening. Hope everyone has a good evening, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.